Hello friends, welcome back. In this tutorial, we are going to discuss Introduction to Interpreted Programming Languages. Before we proceed and understand what are interpreted programming languages, we are going to discuss a little bit what we have learned in the previous tutorial. We have learned that languages which are programmer friendly, that means programming languages which are easy to learn, easy to code, easy to debug, easy to understand, easy to reuse, easy to extend, easy to maintain, and need not to worry about underlying architecture while writing the programs, and more or less platform independent. That means program written in a language that does not need to readjust or recompile for another platform for execution are known as high-level programming languages. High-level programming languages are third generation programming languages. Machine languages are first generation programming languages, assembly languages are second generation programming languages, and high level programming languages are third generation programming languages. We also say platform independent as architectural neutral or cross platform sometimes. With respect to machine language, to write machine language programs, programmer need to know what is the bit size of a platform, programmer need to know address of registers available for programming, programmer need to know binary equivalents of commands available and instruction format of the platform. That means overall architecture of the platform should be known by the programmer to write a program for that platform. Machine languages are machine friendly because programmer need to think everything in zeros and ones. Programmer need to write codes in zeros and ones. So it is very difficult to debug or modify and understand and write codes in machine language. Machine languages are platform dependent. That means a program written for one platform, we cannot execute the same code on another platform without understanding the architecture and readjusting the code for that platform. To create little bit more programmer friendly languages, we created assembly language. Assembly language is going to contain English-like statements instead of zeros and ones. To write assembly level language programs, programmer need not to worry about the bit size of the platform. Programmer need not to know the binary equivalents available with respect to the platform. Programmer just need to know the commands available and the instruction format. Programmer need to know register names instead of their address available for programming. Assembly languages are little bit programmer friendly because they contain English-like commands instead of zeros and ones. Assembly languages are still machine friendly and they are platform dependent because a assembly level language code written for one platform, we cannot execute that on another platform without readjusting and understanding the architecture of the platform. So we created high level programming languages. High level programming languages are more programmer friendly because they contain English-like statements, easy to learn, easy to code, easy to extend. Programmer need not to worry about the architecture of the platform. High-level languages are platform independent. That means a source code or a code written for one platform, you can execute the same code on another platform without readjusting and without worrying about underlying architecture of the platform. With respect to high-level programming languages, to write high-level programs, programmer need not to know the bit size of the platform. Programmer need not to know the register names available for programming. Programmer need not to know the machine architecture or the platform itself. All the programmer need to do is, he need to know only how to write programs or how to write instructions in that programming language. That's it. Computer doesn't understand high-level languages. As computer understands only machine language, to translate high-level language programs to machine-level language programs, we need translators. They are interpreters and compilers. Based on the process of translation, high-level programming languages are said to be interpreted, compiled, or hybrid languages. In this tutorial, I am going to discuss interpreted high-level programming languages. Before we proceed and understand what are interpreted programming languages, let's discuss what is an interpreter. Like assembler, interpreter is also a translator. Interpreter is used to convert or translate high-level programming language codes to machine-level language codes, whereas assembler is used to convert assembly-level language codes to machine-level language codes. And how interpreter works? Interpreter is a type of a translator which scans, translates, and executes the code line by line. This is an important point. If you remember what assembler used to do, assembler used to convert or translate entire assembly level language code to machine level language code. Then the machine used to execute that converted or translated machine code. Whereas here, interpreter works little bit different. It scans and translates and executes the code line by line. Let's discuss about it here. If you have a source code written in any interpreted programming language, then what interpreter does means it takes the first line of the code as an input. It scans that whether there is an error. If there is no error, it translates it into a machine code that is in zeros and ones. Then the computer or the interpreter itself executes that code. Once the execution is done, then the next code will be taken in. Then the interpreter will check whether there is an error. If there is no error, then it translates that to the machine code. Then the code will be executed. You can see that once the execution is done, then the next statement will be taken. Interpreter translates that code written in a high level language to the machine code. That line only it will translate to machine code. Then that line will be executed. In this way, the interpreter is going to scan, translate and execute the code line by line, step by step from top to down. Interpreter is not going to translate the entire source code to the machine code. No, it is going to translate and execute the codes line by line. While scanning, if any error found, then the interpreter shows that error and won't proceed further. We need to remove the error, then reinterpret again. What is the meaning of that? That means, for example, let me say Control Z. What interpreter does? We know that it takes the first line, scans. If there is no error, it translates that line to machine code. Then the execution happens. Then it takes the next line. It scans. If interpreter finds an error, then what interpreter does? It stops further process on that line and tells that there is an error man. So what programmer need to do? He need to remove the error available or present in that line. Then he need to reinterpret once again. So once again we have to give the source code to the interpreter. What interpreter does? It takes the first line again. It scans. Okay, there is no error. It translates that to the machine code. Then that line will be executed by the computer. Then interpreter takes the next line and scans. As there is no error, it translates that line to the machine code. Then that code will be executed by the computer. Then interpreter takes the next line. It scans. If it finds an error, again interpreter stops there and tells there is an error man, you have to remove that error, then only I will proceed. So what we have to do again? We have to remove that error available in that line. Once the error is removed, then we have to reinterpret again. So interpreter takes the first line, scans, no error, convert it to a machine code and that line will be executed. Then interpreter takes the next line, converts it into a machine code. If there is no error, then the execution happens. Then interpreter takes the next line, checks the error, no error. Then it translates that to the machine code, execution happens. Then it takes the next line, is there any error? No error. Translate that line to machine code, execute that. Similarly, all the lines are one by one. If there are no errors, the complete source code is going to be executed. That is how the interpreter works. So remember that interpreter scans, translates and executes the code line by line. There are few programming languages which are interpreted. One of the best example is BASIC programming language. BASIC is a programming language. There are many other interpreted programming languages we have like JavaScript, VBScript, PHP, Python, Ruby, Smalltalk. These are all interpreted programming languages. That means source code written in these programming languages are interpreted line by line. Let's discuss about BASIC programming language little bit. BASIC stands for Beginner's All-Purpose Symbolic Instructions Code. BASIC is designed by Mr. Kameny and Mr. Kurtz in the year 1964 at Dartmouth College. The development purpose of the BASIC programming language is to enable non-computer science students to use or program computers. BASIC programming language is an unstructured programming language and it is a general purpose programming language. That means BASIC is used in many different domains. Based on the BASIC programming language, many other programming languages have been designed like QBasic, Visual Basic, Visual Basic.NET. Basic programming language is an interpreted programming language, hence it uses interpreter. We also have compiled basic programming language also. Here we are discussing about the basic interpreted programming language. An example code which is written in a basic programming language, you can see here. Let x equal to 2, let y equal to 2, let x equal to x plus y, print x. If you see this code, you can observe that here we have some mathematical expressions like x equal to 2, y equal to 2, x equal to x plus y. And while writing the basic codes or basic programs, you need not to worry about the architecture. You need not to worry about the registers. You can use your own variable names to store values. Now interpreter is going to take care how to convert this code on different platforms. For every platform there will be an interpreter available to convert interpreted programming language codes to machine language codes. There are some advantages of interpreted programming languages or interpreters, like quite easy to learn, quite easy to code, quite easy to remember and understand. You can see this basic programming language code is little bit similar to assembly level language code. So it is easy to learn if somebody knows already assembly language coding. It is less error prone, and also it is a platform independent. Of course, the code written in a basic programming language is platform independent. When it comes to platform independent, there are two different types of platform independency: source platform independent and binary platform independent. Basic programming language codes are source platform independent. That means, let's discuss about that here. If you have a source code written in an interpreted programming language, any interpreted programming language, let's take basic itself. There will be an interpreter available on platform 1. When you give the source code to the interpreter, of course interpreter line by line it converts the codes to machine codes and executes, right? If you want to execute the same source code on another platform, all you need is, you need not to readjust, you need not to worry about the underlying platform. All you need is take that source code and give it to the interpreter available on that platform. Now interpreter is going to convert the source code line by line to machine code and executes that. You need not to readjust the source code for that platform. You need not to worry about the architecture itself. So for every platform there will be an interpreter to convert the interpreted language codes to the underlying platform. So interpreted programming languages are platform independent with respect to the source code. You need not to readjust. Whereas assembly level languages, you know that, right? In assembly level languages we have seen that we have to readjust the code with respect to the platform. Here programmer need not to worry about that. He just need to write the source code once and give it to the interpreter available on the platform, and the interpreter will take care how to convert that high level language code to the machine code based on the platform, and it executes that. There are some disadvantages or limitations of interpreted languages or interpreter itself. Code should not have errors, more interpretations. Of course we have seen that here. If you have more errors, you need to reinterpret. If you do not have even a single error, then the code will get executed. Also, don't provide list of errors with line numbers, right? If we have many errors in the program, then interpreter won't provide list of errors so that we can easily remove all the errors and reinterpret in only one step. Slower execution needs more memory. Of course, we need more memory because interpreter as well as source code, both of them should present in the memory for translation and execution. No code optimization. We cannot optimize the code for better performance. We cannot reduce the code. We cannot minimize the code. Interpreter should be loaded in the memory side by side with the source code for translation. That is one of the disadvantage. Source code should be shifted for execution. As we know that you have to shift the source code to another platform for execution. That is one of the biggest limitation of interpreted programming languages. Of course, in the day-to-day life or in corporates, we don't give source codes to someone else, right? Source code should be protected. But here there is no source code protection. If you want to execute the interpreted language codes, you must and should have to give the source code and execute that on another platform. That is one of the disadvantages. So source code should be shifted for execution. Hope you guys have understood what are interpreted programming languages, how the interpreter works, how it translates the interpreted language codes to machine language codes, what are the pros and cons. In the next tutorial, we get more information. For this tutorial, this much is enough, friends. See you in the next tutorial. Keep learning, keep coding, keep sharing. For more benefits, please subscribe, like, comment and share these videos. Thank you guys. Thank you very much.